This is Grandmama's tale of the three little elves and the forgotten forest. Scene 1 opens to a treehouse in which 3 elves and their grandmother live. This is a very tall tree and has chambers and windows that appear as one with the tree. The entrance is 7 feet opening in the tree near the ground. A long winding carved staircase is just visible. The stairs lead to a main kitchen. The kitchen has a stove, hearth, a long table, a pantry, and a massive cabinet filled with potions. I am a Silver Sheen, otherwise known as Grandmama, and I am an elf. I live with my 3 lovely grand-elves called Anastasia, Gondalorian, and Celerine. Each one of them has special talents, and this story is about how they use their gifts and about how they learn a valuable lesson. I wonder if you would like to hear it. Oh, you would? Let's see now. The adventure begins on a warm summer day, just like any other. Awaken, my grand elves! The sun had risen, and so must you. It is the custom of the elves to allow the sun to wake us and kindle our spirit for a new day. Astaria, Gondalorian, Celerine, come down now once you've finished dressing. Elves are always presentable at the breakfast table. Well, now, I know my grand elves, and there is always trouble getting them up in the morning. Good heavens, they don't know what they do in the morning. How hard can it be? You're not supposed to run around naked or anything.
Oh. Grandma is so easy to fool, it's like she never knows my tricks.
Gondalorian, get up this instant! Don't try to fool me with those silly tricks of yours! He finally got up, that pesky pointed-eared fool. Thought he could pull the wool over my eyes. I'm Grandma, but I ain't stupid. Ah, here comes my beautiful girls. Good to see you two looking as fresh as the evening star. Astaria and Celerine? Now, my dears, help me with breakfast.
Flour, eggs, sugar, and salt. I must remember the recipe that I was taught.
Chocolate chips and blueberries, and I want strawberry juice made by fairies.
Don't be greedy now and start that fire. My dears, I don't want to see any tears.
Use those sticks.
Or use this handy trick.
As she creates a ball of fire and throws it into the stove, a roaring of fire appears in the hearth. Then we all sat down and started to enjoy good food. You must know that elves are the best cooks. What's that you say? You've never had elfish food? What a shame. We'll have to fix that sometime. But now back to the story. As I was saying, we were eating a tasty meal when I told my grand elves that I had many chores planned for them that morning. Of course, they didn't like that one bit.
Must we, Grandmama? We do chores every day. We want to go out and play.
Just this once, Grandmama. Please, please, please. I promise that we will be good. For just today, let us go out and play. We haven't been far from home, and all the other elves always get to have fun.
She is right. They go to the River of Wisdom and play in the meadows and by the streams. There are lots of animals there for me to talk to, while my brother and sister practice with their weapons.
They looked so sweet asking me to go home and play. I thought about how I forgot how they didn't get much time to play. I was worried, though. There are some places no little elves should go to, like the Forgotten Forest, and it was right by that River of Wisdom. So I said, Astaria, Celerine, Gondolorian, you may go. But on one condition.
What is it, Grandmama? What is it?
You must not go to the Forgotten Forest for any reason. Not at all. That is a place where evil hides in every corner. And it is not a place for little elves who want to have fun. I know if you disobey me, I have the powers beyond what you've seen. And Alastair will be responsible for your brother and sister. Your necklace holds the power of the lost elves and is a great treasure of our race. It has knowledge to command the forces of good in the darkest times. But should you lose it, the power will force you to confront your worst fears. Now, hopefully, that will not be the case.
I understand. I will remember your warning.
And now, all the little elves are ready to leave the treehouse. There they all are ready to leave. Well, have fun, my dears, and remember my words.
Yes, Grandmama.
We promise not to go near the Forgotten Forest.
Scene 2. I am peering into the crystal ball. On the opposite side, the elves are enjoying themselves, and they're playing by the river of wisdom. The Forgotten Forest looms not so far off on the other side of the river. Oh, let me sit down my old bones for a while in this here chair. Oh, well, thank you. It's so kind for you to say I don't look very old. Let's see how my grandelves are doing, shall we? But how you say? Well, magic, of course. Now, let's see where they are. As I look into my crystal ball, oh, they're playing like in the woods like good elves. How proud I am of them.
Oh, this is great fun. I love the wind blowing in my hair and splashing in the river.
I've had the most wonderful time chatting with the chipmunks and the birds. I've learned so many things, like where the squirrels store their chipmunks and where the berries are the sweetest.
I could care less. I'm starving. Can your animal friends find us some food? I'll have Alstoria shoot them and cook them for us.
You wouldn't.
Stop teasing, Gondolorian. It's mean, and Celerine doesn't deserve for you to play your tricks on her. But I'm hungry too. Is there any place close by where we could get some food?
The Forgotten Forest? I've heard they have bushes full of berries and spiders spin webs of cotton candy.
Ooh, that sounds tasty. The bluebirds told me that in the Forgotten Forest there are giant apples and strawberries the size of your fist.
Just wait 1 minute here.
60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 45, 30, 10, 5, 3, 1. There! You had your minute. We are hungry and we want to go to the Forgotten Forest.
But we can't. Don't you remember what Grandmama told us before we left? Do you remember? She said we could never go near the Forgotten Forest.
It'll be fine. Aren't you hungry? Let's go get something to eat. It's a while before we'll be home. Grandmama isn't here.
I don't think it's right. Even the kids don't think we ought to disobey Grandmama. But I'm hungry too. I suppose we can go just as far as we have to go to get some berries.
Oh, I warned those little elves, and now look what they're going to do. I hope they understand what they've gotten themselves into. The world isn't all cotton candy and apples. Let's see what happens now. Scene 3. Gondolorian, Alstaria, and Celerine have entered the dark forest. They find the most delicious looking strawberries and begin stuffing their faces.
This is delicious, but I want cotton candy, spider silk, and it looks like I see some right over there. Let's go eat the cotton candy.
Oh, I guess it can't hurt. I mean, I can see it from right here anyways. Although Grandmama certainly wouldn't approve.
Come on, Alistaria, let's go.
She dragged her sister by the hand deeper into the forgotten forest in the direction of the glowing purple spider webs. I think you can guess what happened next, can't you? Our story should have paid closer attention to my warnings. They are going deeper into the forest, and so my little elves arrived at the spider webs and started eating all the cotton candy they wanted. And then they started feeling a little odd.
I feel sort of funny.
This is the best snack I've ever had, but I have to stop eating. My tummy is starting to hurt.
I think I am going to eat a little bit more.
She doesn't notice that her necklace fell off into a nearby web.
You two, why don't you sit down right here? That'll make you feel better. I say, this is a comfy tree. It can't hurt to relax a bit, but I must not fall asleep. End part 1 of the Grandmama's Tale and the 3 Little Elves in the Forgotten Forest.